I ain't had a slumber party since I was like 9.
That's what little girls do.
But I guess he said we gonna have one today.
What you got?
What up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Go ahead and subscribe. So we are back with a story time, and this story is brought to you by Jose Cuero. Sorry, no, but I am sipping on a little something. So because this situation has never happened to me before, and it was just wild and crazy. So from the title, you see that I said I had a slumber party or sleepover. I don't know what I'm going to title it, with the other woman. Okay? So let's just hop right into this story. As you guys know, I am newly single. So I was dating, and we're gonna call him Ghost. For all the guys that are from my Style by Kami channel, you guys already know a little bit about Ghost. And so that's all I'm gonna say about that. But for all my newbies, we can call him Ghost. Okay, so this was a party that he threw at his house, and he always threw a lot of parties at his house. Alright, so this was around the holidays time, and we were spending a lot of time together, and this party was coming up. So I was pumped about the party. I was already gonna go, had my outfit together and everything. And so like the day before the party, he sends me a text like, hey Kami, I don't know if I want you to still come to the party. And I'm like, what? Like, I just saw you like 2 days ago. Everything was cool. Like, what happened? How come I can't come to the party now? So I was not having that. And I'm a Scorpio and I'm stubborn. I'm like, nah, bruh, I'm going to that party. So we text back and forth. And at first I was just going to let him have it and just say, no, forget it. But I had a very, very tough year. So I really wanted to go to this party. I really enjoyed him. I enjoyed his friends. I enjoyed their company. And so I was gonna go to the fucking party, and I went to the party. Big mistake. I should have listened to his ass, and I went to that party. But you know, you learn in life. So I had my outfit. I was looking cute. You know, I had my all white on, and I was ready to go. So I didn't really talk to him a lot throughout that day, and then he hit me up asking was I still coming because it was getting late and I hadn't shown up yet. And so I was like, yeah, I'm on my way. So I come to the party, and there's a lot of people already outside and everything, and I go by myself because I'm a G, you know. Don't never need a bitch with me. But so I go by myself and I show up. People are outside. I see some familiar faces, so I start talking to them, start giving hugs and stuff like that. Now in his text, like we were dating, but he was dating other people and I wasn't. And so he just kind of said like he wanted to be on like a solo vibe. Like I don't know what that meant, like a single vibe. Because I'm like, well, we're not together, so you're single. So I don't really understand what you mean. But okay, you want to be on a single vibe? Okay. And now, yes, I might have been a little petty and in my feelings. But I was like, okay, he want to be single and want me to be on a homegirl tip. I'm going to be on some homegirl shit. Like, don't tell me to do something and then be mad. So when I came, I saw some of his friends, whatever, that I already chill with, so I said hi to them. And then I seen him, and I just like tapped him on the shoulder like, hey, how you doing? And I just kept walking, and I went in the house. And I could tell that he kind of was like, did she just like tap me on the shoulder and then just like keep walking? Like, so I knew that he kind of thought like, okay, like her vibe is kind of off because we're like all over each other. But I'm just like, bro, you said you wanted to like be solo, be on your whatever, so I'm just chilling. I'm not going to be, you know, whatever. And normally like when we were together, he was the one like doing most of the affection. Like I wasn't. he was the one doing most of this stuff. So it wasn't uncommon for me to not like be all over him. So I go in the house, I talk to his mom and one of his friends that's in there. I come back outside and he's like, where did you go? Like, he's still standing in the same spot. And when I tell you I was in that house for like 10-15 minutes, like I was in that house for a minute. I did not think he was still gonna be standing in that same spot that he was. So I was like, oh, I went in the house, went to the bathroom, you know, freshened up, whatever. And he's like, okay, well, give me a hug. He's like, well, damn, what was that? Like, you know, so I gave him a hug. And so the party is going on. We're having a great time. Like, some of the girls that was there at first was giving me a little side eyes. And I was just like, oh, okay, like, I guess, you know, I'm just going to have to party with the fellas tonight because no girls want to talk to me. But then after a while, they started warming up to me once they saw my personality and stuff like that. So we dancing, we having so much fucking fun. Like, it was so lit. It was ridiculous. Like, it was so lit. So now I want to say like maybe it's like close to like 2 o'clock in the morning. And it was people coming in and out, like different girls, different guys passing through. It was a lot of parties going on that night. So people was just, you know, passing through, chilling, and then leaving. So these 2 girls come in like maybe like 2:30, and the energy just like immediately was off. Like I just felt like this energy, and I was like, okay, who is this girl? I was like, I don't know who she is, but it's something about her I'm not rocking with. So, and it's not like Ghost was doing anything different or anything out of the ordinary. Like, I could just tell something was up. So I went outside and I sat down, and one of his homeboys sat down next to me, and I was just like, oh, I was like, I guess I've been replaced or whatever. And so he was like, what you talking about? And I'm like, you know, I was like, you know what I'm talking about. You know who Shorty is. And he was like, no, I don't know what you're talking about. First he tried to act dumb, like he didn't know what I was talking about. And I was like, so you really gonna act dumb and like act like you never seen this girl before? And he was like, yeah, you're right, I seen her before. I'm like, exactly, I know you seen her before. I'm like, so don't try to get, like, don't do that. And so he was just like, well, yeah, we seen her before, but we see you mostly, and you the one that's always around. You the one that he really fuck with. You the one that met his mom already. Like, you the one. And I'm like, don't try to gas me. Like, tell me what it is. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to gas me up and make me feel like I'm like up here and all these other girls is down here. And he was like, no, real shit. Like, yo, he really fucking with you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay. I'm like, whatever. So I sit outside. And I'm now, all of his friends now come sit next to me. They're like, what's going on? What's the problem? What's up? Like, get another drink. Let's vibe. Let's chill. We was just having so much fun. Like, what happened? And so I was like, nah, I'm cooling. So he come outside and he like grabbed me. He like, what are you doing out here with my friends? Like, what y'all over here talking about? Of course we was talking about him, but we was like, nigga, ain't nobody talking about you. Mind your business, blah, 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 you know. So I like end up smoking because I was so mad. I was so mad. So I ended up hitting the blunt a few times, and then I was like done. So I went in the house and I laid down, and I just had to lay down for a minute because the whole room was spinning. Everybody was looking like that daggone thing at the car dealership. Like, it was just, I don't know, I was tweaking. So I was like, you know what, let me just go in the house and lay down for a minute and get myself together. But me going in the house, laying down, getting myself together turned into the whole rest of the party. Like, I missed the rest of the party because I was laying in there. And so Ghost came in there, he checked on me like 2 times. He asked me was I okay, he asked me if I needed anything, he brought me a blanket, all this stuff. So he was still like, he was still juggling, playing the field. And so at one point I had woke up and I was like, all right, I'm going to try my best to like enjoy the night. I could hear the music, I could hear the laughter. I was like, they're having so much fun and I just want to be a part of it. But I couldn't get up. I was like, I really want to go out there. Like, they was playing booty and I was just like, I want to dance so bad. I was like, just get your ass up. Come on, you can do it. I was drinking some water. I was like, all right, come on, get yourself together. So I go outside And I like stand like in the little like doorway to the garage, and they're out like in the garage or whatever. And so one of the girls, they like, oh, you up or whatever. I said, oh yeah, I'm up. I was like, yeah. I said, even though I was out on the couch, I was still alert, and I know everything that's going on. I can still hear everything. And so I see Ghost, and the girl, like, he's like grabbing her, trying to kiss her and all this stuff like that. And so then his homeboys, they see me standing in the door, so now they trying to tap him like this, like to tell him to like stop, and he's not paying them no mind. And so they looking at me like, and I was like, nah. I said, let him rock, let him go ahead, let him enjoy himself. I'm not his girlfriend. He could do whatever he want to do. So at that point, I was like, you know what, like, I'm just about to go back in the house and lay down. So I went back in the house, I laid down. A fight like brewed, and that's a whole nother like story time. So a fight had brewed, that woke me up. I went in there, tried to see what was going on, came back. All right, so let's get to the part, the sleepover. All right, so the party like is starting to wrap up, and I'm like still on the couch. Now, even though everybody thinks I'm asleep, and I am asleep, I am still coherent. I still hear everything. I can see everything that's going on. So I know what's going on. So they start cleaning up, and the girl is helping him clean up. Now everybody has left, and she's still there. So I'm like, okay. So I'm sitting there on the couch, and they talking about like other times that she has been over there, and I'm like putting two to two together, like, but that day he told me blah blah blah. But then yet, so this was really what was happening. Okay. I'm like, So I'm like, well, let me just see how long she gonna be here. Let me just see, you know. So I think it was her sister or somebody that she was with, was like, all right, we about to go ahead and get out of here. So they like, okay. So at first she said, okay. Then she changed her mind and said, no, I think I'm gonna stay. And when I heard that, I was like, why? You're not the driver, so even if you are intoxicated, it's not like you can't get home. Now, I drove. I was not in no, like, position to drive. If I could, okay, I'm going to say this. If I could have drove, I would have left. I would not have left myself in that situation. But I could not drive. Like, and I lived a long way away. It's not like I lived like 10 minutes away so I could chance it. Like, no, I lived far. So I was not in no position to drive, and I was not going to endanger myself. So I had to take that L. Like, I had to stay in an uncomfortable situation because I couldn't get out of there. So I'm just thinking like, well, why she want to stay and her homegirl the driver? It's not like she the driver and she can't stay like me. She's just choosing to stay. So I'm like, okay, well, let me see what he gonna say. And he let her stay. I was like, oh, word? Okay. What is going on here? So I'm sitting there the whole time. They still don't know I'm up. My back is towards them. Like, I'm sitting on the couch and their back, like, they're standing up behind me, cleaning up, talking, whatever. So her sister leave and all this stuff. They sitting there, they talking, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm like, yo, he really let shorty stay. Like, I'm like, wow. That really blew my mind. Like, he didn't say like, you know, nah, you know, she here, she laid out on the couch, she can't go home, whatever. Like, I don't think that's a good idea. Mind you, me and his mother was there. So he got his mother there, he got me there, and another girl there. I was just like, I was so shocked. I did not think that he was going to like let that shit go down, and he did. So then she tried to get smart, right? So I had on like a blazer and some pants and a little bustier. I took the blazer off when the party was jumping, before they came, when the party was good and they came and messed up the energy. So I had took my jacket off because I was having a good time. So my jacket was on the chair. So I heard her say, like, she was like, oh, she was like, yeah, one of them bitches left their jacket over here, one of them ratchet bitches or whatever. So when she said that, I was like, all right, I'm not about to sit right here no more and act like I'm asleep. So I popped right up and I was like, yeah, that's mine. And she was like, oh, that little fake, like, little laugh like that. And I was like, yeah. I said, yeah, that's mine. And she was like, oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like looking at her like, yeah, bitch, I'm not asleep. Like, I'm not asleep. Y'all might think, oh, shorty knocked out on the couch. No, I'm not asleep. I hear everything y'all saying. And I see everything that's going down. So, because it's easier for a person to lie to you the next day when they thought you was asleep. Like, because I did approach him about it later on. Like, yeah, so, like, why you let her stay? And he, like, gave me this whole story about how she couldn't go home and this and that, not knowing. So, basically, I heard everything that was going on. So, you know, I already knew what it was. And it was basically just an excuse. He didn't want to tell her to leave. He didn't want to tell me to leave. And that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So, after she made the comment about my jacket, I think I got up, I grabbed my jacket, I put it in his room, and I came back and got back in my spot on the couch. And so he laid down, I think she laid down, I'm not sure in what order. His mom was already asleep. Like, he had like one of those like L-shaped couches, so it was really long, so we all like kind of had a little spot on the couch, and we went to sleep. I never have been waiting for the morning to come so fast in my life. Like, I don't even know how I fell back to sleep laying there like that, because I was not comfortable. And I know this might be petty, but I was even more uncomfortable because I was on the outside and she was right here, and then he was right there, and then his mom was over there. So I was just like, damn, I'm all the way on the fucking corner. Like, okay. I'm like, okay, that's cool. He didn't sleep in the middle. He chose to like sleep on the side, and then she went in the middle. So we woke up the next morning like early as shit, like maybe 8, 9 o'clock. It was so early, and we ain't been asleep that long. Like, it probably, because she came at like 2. So we probably end up going to sleep at like maybe 4. So we didn't have a lot of time to sleep. And I was still lit when I woke up. I wasn't like, I was still a little drunk feeling, like hungover. And so, but I popped right up. And I woke up, had the TV on. His mom was like awake. He was like slowly waking up. She wasn't fully awake yet. So I went to the bathroom, like washed my face, you know, brushed my teeth or whatever, put my hair in a bun, and got myself together, and I came back out. And so when I came back out, I didn't like sit back on the couch. By this time she was awake. I like stood in the kitchen, and I was texting my mom like, Ma, I gotta get the fuck out of here. Like, I was like, yo, you will not believe like what just went down last night, blah blah blah. Like, I will call you as soon as I get in the car. And so oh, before that, before I actually got up and went to the bathroom, I was sitting there. Like I said, he was awake, but she wasn't fully awake yet. And so what, I don't know what they had on TV. I think it was like Jackass. I think it was like Jackass or something on TV. So it was something funny. And like, he had made a joke, and he was like, something came me or whatever. And I just like slowly looked over at him like this, like, and then I just turned back. I didn't laugh. I didn't say nothing. I was just like, is you really trying to make jokes? Like, what is you doing? This is not a joking matter. Like, I'm fucking lit. I'm so tight right now. I'm like, it's not the time. So, like I said, I get up or whatever. So then I'm texting my mom, and now at this point, I can't find my jacket. Now, mind you, I had threw my jacket in his room when she made that comment, but I had forgot. So I'm looking for my jacket. I'm like, all right, where's my jacket? As soon as I said that, he popped right up and was like, all right, let me help you find it. So he popped right up. So he didn't give her no blanket. I had a blanket, his mother had a blanket. She had her coat like laying on her feet, and his coat on her shoulders or whatever. So I think her jacket was like a tan color or something like that. It was not white. It was a tan color. So we looking for the jacket, and he like, oh, here go your jacket right here. And he snatches the jacket off her feet. And I just looked at it, I said, oh, that's not my jacket. Like, I was like, that's not mine. And she was like, that's mine. She was so mad that he snatched that shit off her feet like that. And I was just like, I said, no, honey, that's not mine. So we keep looking. Finally, I remember that I threw it in his room when I was mad. So I went in there, I got my jacket, I put it on, and I just walked right outside. He got a little like push button for his garage. I pushed the button. I kept walking. He coming outside behind me like, what are you doing? Oh, wait, no. All right, so after we got the jacket, I went in the living room. I told his mom, I said, hey, I'm leaving. And she was like, what do you mean you leaving so early? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm about to get out of here. And she's like, well, why? Like, you gonna take that long drive back already? She was like, why are you going so fast? And I was just like, no. I said, I think I just need to go. So she stands up. She's like, well, let me give you a hug. Let me stand up and give you a hug. So she gives me a hug. She was like, you know, you really don't have to go. And I was like, I know, but I think it's best that I leave. So I just walk outside. So then, like I said, I push the button, walk outside. And he comes behind me and he's like, well, wait a minute, what are you doing? You're not gonna give me a hug? You're not gonna do nothing or whatever? He's like, you don't want no Gatorade? You don't want something? Like, so I turn back around and I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll take a Gatorade. So he gives me the Gatorade. He's like, why are you leaving like this? He was like, you know, you don't have to leave like this. And I was like, leave like what? I'm like, I'm just leaving. Like, I'm like, what else am I supposed to do? Like, sit here and wait to see who you want to leave? Like, no, I'm gonna go. Because if I stay and I keep getting madder and madder, like, you're gonna see a whole nother side of me that you never knew existed. Like, I think it's best that I just go. Like, because obviously you made your decision last night when you told her to stay. So when you told her to stay, that just showed who you was rocking with the most. So I'm gonna go ahead and excuse myself. Like, why would I stay and then wait for you to make a decision on who you want to leave? No. So he was like, well, at least give me a hug and do something. He was like, don't leave like this. Don't leave like this. I'm like, no, we Gucci, we good. I gave him a hug. I took the Gatorade. I'm like, I'm gone. He like, you still look lit. You sure you can drive? I'm like, I am still lit. I'm just gonna drive 20 miles an hour, and I'm gonna take my time, and I'm gonna get home. So I leave and I drive home. I call my mom on the phone and I tell her everything that happens, and she's just like, what? Like, are you serious? He's texting me like, are you mad at me? All this other stuff. Girl, that was like one of the most embarrassing moments of my life. And maybe it would have made a difference if I was blacked out and I didn't know what was going on, because then I feel like if I would have woke up, he would have been able to tell me anything, like, oh, she couldn't drive or she couldn't leave, and that's why, you know what I'm saying? And that's women, I probably would have believed him. But the fact that I was awake and I heard everything that was going on, and then he straight still lied to me, that shit just hurt so bad. Like, I was just like, wow. When you feel like somebody really fucking with you and then you see like, nah, they really not fucking with you the way you thought they was fucking with you. So yeah, but that was the story. The time that, you know, I had a slumber party with the other woman, and yeah, my first and my last time. So if you guys want to hear any other story times involving ghosts or just my dates in general, let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.